All right, good afternoon, evening, everyone. Got another Sunday live stream here. Another beautiful day on the 7 Mile. Hope you can hear me okay. It's a little, we're trying a new, I would say, adjustments in the mixture that we have here. And we are hopefully getting rid of a little bit of the background noise, but you let me know, and I'll repeat this again in a few. There I am. Hello. Yeah. Afternoon, everyone. Good evening, wherever you're chiming in from. All right. Just getting settled here. We got a cool agenda. We actually have a guest coming on, a contractor, a carpenter, someone that have used for a few projects here, who I found to be super reliable and also very skilled at what he does. And I'm really happy to be sharing with you his expertise and what he does, and also giving you kind of insight into what it is like for him as a contractor in Jamaica more than anything else. And the stream is definitely about him and what he does and the services that he offers. In the meantime, as usual, please let me know where you are chiming in from. We're going to get you this nice view. Put me up there in the corner. Take my glasses off so I can see you all. And please let me know where you're chiming in from. Which country, which city, which state, which island. I'd love to hear it. We have, like I said, we have I would say a pretty relaxed agenda today. At least it's not all on me today. That's why I love having guests. I get to have these cool conversations and introduce you all to pretty cool people that I have here. And yes, it's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter to everyone. And I feel special for allowing me to join you on this Easter Sunday. Whatever it is that you're doing, hopefully with family, friends, loved ones. And hopefully it's a very nice weekend for you. Hopefully it's a long weekend. Hopefully you have off tomorrow. Like some people do. Oh man. I just seeing a comment by Kick Rocks in the chat here. It says, do you guys offer massage and yoga type retreat packages? We do have yoga retreats. We don't have them right now. We don't have a spa. We're looking to build one out though. Probably not this year though. Probably not this year, but it's in the plans. But that made me think of one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, which was, and then also showcase the trailer for it, which is ThropX 2023 this year, November 13th to 17th. And I'll mention this later in the stream as more people kind of roll in. The tickets are available. They are for sale on thropx.com. But I planned to have the trailer out today. Just didn't have time. We were focused on the Jamaica with Irie interview that we released yesterday, which is doing amazingly well, and it was an amazing experience to work with Irina. And I believe her video comes out today. Let me check what time, and I will try to push everybody in that direction. But if you haven't watched it already, and if you have, let me know what you thought about it. So for those that don't know, Irina Bruce has a YouTube channel called Jamaica with Irie, and she is from Ukraine, and she does very, I would say, essentially pro Jamaica content, but takes it to a level of specificity and detail that I don't see many other people doing in Jamaica and for Jamaica. And I thought she does some really amazing content. And so we had she came on my show, she came on the podcast, and we dropped a video yesterday. and the conversation was really awesome. We talked about so many different topics, and even the few days, and I would encourage you to watch the interview that she does on me as well. I got distracted. I was trying to look up when hers is coming out, but um, we talk about like a plethora of different topics, and just kind of going just back and forth. Some like the one thing that I found out, which is a good thing. Like we don't agree on everything. Like she has her opinions, I have my opinions, and we kind of went back and forth on some of them. Some of it during the podcast, and I'll speak for myself. She challenged some of the ways how I was thinking and my like the internal narrative that I had on certain subjects, and I learned a lot from her, and hopefully she learned something from me as well. And that's not just in the interview that we had, but also just the few days that we spent together. She's really like obviously if you watch her content, she's a very very intelligent, smart person, uh, and then also how she curates in a creative way the content that she puts together on different subject matters and different individuals that she has on her channel. And so it was a good combination. It was a great, great collaboration. I learned a lot about her process as well. I mentioned this before, and I learned about like where she's taking her channel and everything like that. And it's just so awesome, like spending time with fellow YouTubers because they really get obviously what we go through in terms of trying to just navigate this marketplace and to do this full time and make a career out of it. And we are all so passionate about our crafts, and like I saw that passion in Irina that only I would say I wouldn't say only YouTubers have, but like I just can relate to her because she's doing what I'm doing and has very ambitious goals, just like I do with her channel and I have with my channel. So it was just really, really awesome, just hanging and talking shop, and would love to do it again. Hopefully, we have an opportunity to link up again in the future. I know she wants to, I want to, so I don't see why not. So I just checked her channel. I thought her premiere was coming today, but I could be a little off. Maybe it's coming in a little bit. Nonetheless, I will as soon as I know and confirm, we will definitely let you know. But she does have. I'm gonna put this in the comments. So she does have a trailer for her interview with me. I'm just looking this up real quick so I can put it in the comment section. All right, I got it. Yeah, so you can check out that trailer. That is for the upcoming interview that she did of me, and it was a fun one. It's an interesting one. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil it, but she really, as if you know her content, the level of depth that she goes into with anything that she touches, she did the same with me. And a lot of I would think if you know me or want to know a little bit more about me, then this is definitely an interview to watch. And I have obviously haven't seen the final product, but I have no doubt that it's going to be phenomenal, and that should be a good one. And like I said, yeah, go watch the trailer, check it out, give it a like, and share it with people that may not know that she has this coming out. As usual, I said this before. Let me know where you're chiming in from. What city, what state, what country, what island. Love to hear it. I'm gonna hop into the comments and then we'll keep going. What's going on, Andrew? Good to see you. I saw you in the premiere yesterday. Thanks for joining. Peter, hello, man. Good to see you. Kicks Rocks. Hello, Chris. What is going on? I owe you a phone call. I got some information. Long Island in the house. I'm gonna try to hopefully give you a call a little later today. I have a bit. I'm thinking of my post-stream schedule. Yeah, it's kind of back to back here. But if I don't give you a call today, I'm gonna give you a call tomorrow, Chris, and we can chop it up. Damien Young, shout out from Atlanta, Georgia. Awesome. Thanks for joining. Allison says happy Easter from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Happy Easter to you as well. Donna Bryce says happy Easter, Throp, and all celebrating from Ottawa. Thank you. Kick Rock says in Jamdown. All right. Good to know. Kick Rock says I'm thinking of going to Rock House, but I wanted to ask you first. Yeah, Rock House is a good spot. I love Rock House. Um, they have. I would assume they have yoga retreats, but they do. They have. Don't hold me to the terminology here, but they do like psilocybin meditation and yoga on Sundays at 11 o'clock at Rock House. So um, if you stay there, you can go. If you don't stay there, you can go. I think this is a huge. What would I say? It's an asset to the grill, like this type of service and this type of thing that you can kind of go to, and I think it's really awesome that they're doing it. I have not done it yet. It's something that I want to give a try, but I've heard a lot of great things about that experience. So that's I believe Sundays at 11 a.m. What's going on, Ari? Peace and happy Easter, Throp from Irija here, watching from Kingston. Okay, awesome. Thanks for joining, Ari. Hello, Julia for Justice. Saw you in the premiere yesterday as well. Thank you for the support. Thank you for joining. Trevor chiming in from Middle Georgia. A Hicks chiming in from BK in the building. Kick Rock says, I will drop by your lovely hotel when I go to the Rock House for my getaway. Hope you're close by. Yeah, we are on the beach road. I mean, Rock House is maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes max, depending on the island traffic, so to speak. But yeah, would love to say hello to you. Please stop by. Junior Char says, learned a lot watching that episode. I believe Junior's referring to the episode that I had with Jamaica with Irie. Joe says, happy Easter Sunday, Throp and Throppers. Can't wait to touch down in Jamaica tomorrow. Awesome, awesome. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to meeting you. Looking forward to working with you, Joe. Exciting week ahead. Donna Bryce says, that interview with Irina was excellent. Such a professional, interesting person. You're both doing an excellent job. Thank you very much, Donna. I appreciate that. Sukanya says, blessings, happy Resurrection Day. Thank you. Trevor Tumming says, it was great watching the interaction between you two. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ann Ramsey, is in Florida. Awesome. Julia is in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Happy Sunday to you, Ann. Margaret says, checking in from Florida. Awesome. Good to see. Thamo is in Nantucket, Massachusetts. Welcome. Joe says, I purposely didn't watch the premiere yesterday because I need stuff to watch on the plane. Gotcha. Good call. Good call. Good call. It's long enough. It'll get you more than halfway through your plane ride. Afternoon, Market. Thanks for being here. Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Say hello to Mom. Hi there. What's going on, cuz? Thanks for chiming in. Happy Easter to you as well. Jasmine, happy Easter to you. Forever. Throp, so lucky to live and work on the Grills Beach. I'm so jelly. I'm very lucky. Somebody even said this. I was in the gym this morning and just changing out, and there's one of the guests here at Travelers, and they're like, yeah, she's like, you have the best job in the world. She's from the UK. I was like, it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all being down here. So I'm very, very thankful, very grateful. I definitely don't take this for granted at all. And Ramsey says, Travelers Beach Resort. Yes, indeed. Gotta always represent. Peter says, commercial tourist, aka OTR trucker rolling through Michigan. Happy Easter to all. Happy Easter to you as well, Peter. Julia for Justice says, Joe, have a fabulous time in Jamaica. Sherry says, happy Sunday, everybody. Marie says, blessed Resurrection Day, Throp, and all Throppers. Thank you. Happy Easter, Mystical, Mandeville. Two of the best channels about Jamaica interacting can only be good. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I think we both had a feeling that it was going to be a good interaction with each other, and then it would also be something that the Jamaican YouTube community would appreciate. I can't wait to see her interview with me. I'm like definitely looking forward to that because obviously I don't know how it went, but yeah, looking forward to it because sometimes when you do these things, you really don't remember what you say. You just answer the questions just off the top of your head, from your heart, from your mind in the moment, and you just kind of forget about it. So we'll see how that goes for me. I'm very interested in taking a look at this. All right. Um, Andrew Blick says, calling in from Good Hope Negril, and the Jamaica with Irie show was up in your top 5 shows for real. Thank you very much. So, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We're just up in Good Hope yesterday. I was doing a tour. I was actually with Noel Phillips, the realtor from Valerie Levy and Associates. So we were hanging out for the weekend and doing doing some reconnaissance, if you will. Gregory Hall says, is it true the U.S. is paying for Montego Bay Airport expansion? I'm not certain about that. I'm not sure who's paying for it. I don't know if anybody knows the answer to that question. I am unsure about that. Joe says, when does that interview drop? Tomorrow? I'm not sure. I think it's today. I believe it's today. I thought it was going to be today, but it's soon. We will look out. I'll keep refreshing Jamaica with Irie page on my phone, and if I get an alert, I will let you know. If I get an alert during this live stream, I'll let everybody know, and we'll be sure to hop over there and make sure that we support it. So yeah, looking forward to that. Good question, Joe. All right. Sorry, checking the phone. Maridi says she big up all the Jamaica all the time. She's always speaking positively about it. There's a lot of positive things to say about Jamaica. A lot of positive things to say about Jamaica. Oh, we do have some. All right, so I guess before the guest comes on, we'll just go into a few announcements. So, where do we start? So, I mentioned ThropX. So, tickets are on sale. If you go to thropx.com, just put that in the comments there. You can purchase tickets if you'd like. So we have both virtual and in-person tickets that are available, and the dates are November 13th to 17th. So we've extended the days, I should say. We talked about this last week in last week's. I think it was Thursday or Sunday. See, I don't remember. I get like just goes right out my brain afterwards. But you can buy your tickets now. They're for sale. We took a lot of the feedback that we received from everybody who attended in person last year, and we've made some adjustments. The premise of the investment conference still remains the same. It's investing and moving to Jamaica, and essentially I'm trying to help people do that in person. So for those that don't know, I just take a few steps back, right? For those that are not aware, is that I hosted a Jamaica investment conference last year in November at Travelers Beach Resort, and it was called ThropX. That's the name of the event, and it was extremely successful, more successful than I could have imagined in terms of how clean the flow of the entire weekend went, the level of guests of speakers in terms of the value and education they brought to the forum. Those were absolutely fantastic. I knew they were great. Like, I handpicked every single person, every single speaker that was there to come on, and like they delivered like no other. Amashika Lauren, who was the host of the conference, fantabulous job. That is who we intend to have coming back this year, and that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to building with her more than anything else. Uh, and then also I would say the level, I don't even know how to, like, what you would call it, but the type and quality of people who came that also really made the conference like super, super amazing. And I was talking with Noel about it last night. It's like he was like, guess who I'm talking with now? I guess who I'm texting now. And he's just like naming different people at the conference. And then I was like, oh, I just when I was like, I called so and so while we were at lunch, and I'm talking to so and so. And what I think has happened is that there was like really, really strong relationships and bonds that were formulated over that weekend. That you have pockets, and then people just finding good friends and making these good relations, and then you had the collective of all of us. And so that like really, really came together well, and that's something that you can't really plan for. Maybe you can be a little bit anticipatory with it, but the chemistry of the people that came together, it was like everybody by the end of the weekend, like everybody was family. Everybody exchanged numbers, email addresses, group chats were formulated, and those relationships went on. So it's just like so amazing that we have this online community that was created over the last few years that is focused on mainly moving to Jamaica, but then also investing in Jamaica, which essentially, if you're moving here, you are making an investment. So that's the premise of us all coming together. And everybody there truly, truly believed in Jamaica. They truly believe in the future of Jamaica. They were also, I would say, and correct me, anybody who went that may not agree with this, that there wasn't this, I would say, nobody was really living in a false reality of what Jamaica is. Nobody. Like we all know what it is. We all know where it's coming from and where we are. But the unifying aspect of it was where we're going and the direction that Jamaica is heading and the potential that we have as a country and as a people. And that's something that everybody there believed in to their core. I mean, they came, everybody bought their plane ticket, paid for the conference, hotel. And so that in itself is just a further commitment to that ideology. And I think because that is a bond, because Jamaica is what brought us all together, that is just so strong and very, very hard to break as an ideology. And I think that that's really why we got along together like so quickly, like instantly. I remember the first night, like everybody, like, and myself included, like I definitely consider myself to be an introvert. And so people were individuals like kind of like in their own, like some people sitting down having dinner by themselves, and some were with their significant other. And I was like, no, this is not the kind of conference that I want. And like even coming into it, like one of my goals is like, one, like I have to know every single person by first name at the conference. And I did accomplish that. And then the other goal was like, everybody has to know everybody. It's so, so important. Everybody has to know everybody. And because at the end of the day, it's like we have to do this together. No one individual person can do it. And if it's Jamaica that we believe in, the way that Jamaica is going to reach its full potential, it's not going to be a solo effort. It's going to be in a collective effort. And Throp X 2022 was definitely a testament to that. And I'm really happy and proud that these relationships that were formulated over that weekend continue to prosper and continue to grow, and the bonds continue to become stronger and stronger. That being said, I'm looking very much forward to ThropX 2023 and to having even more people. And the idea for 2023 is to double the number of people who come, but cap it at that. So we're not going, I don't think we're going to go anything more than 50 people. I mentioned this on Thursday. I don't think we're going to do anything more than 50 people. And we'll open it up between 10 to 15 day passes for each day, because that was one thing that a lot of feedback that I got from local people in Kingston. I would say Kingston in Jamaica, but a lot of them were from Kingston, but all over the island really, that would have loved to have come just for the day and buy a day ticket. And we had a good amount of day tickets come in, like every day. Different groups of people did come in. just for the day. But even with that, I want to cap it at 10 to 15 because this is like again, if you were there, like the information that you got was just. I mean, I learned so much. I'll say that I learned a tremendous, an incredible amount. However, a huge value of it is being able to, when say a panel was completed, that you, an audience member, had full access to speaking with that panelist directly. And if you wanted to say you were convinced, okay, I want to invest in the Jamaican stock market and NCB Wealth Management is there, I want to open an account, you can go do that with that person right then and there, and they can advise you on the process and start the whole paperwork process right there, and they can advise you on, after doing a financial assessment and of your goals and risk appetite and all that sort of thing, they can advise you on which stocks to purchase and what strategies, and you can do that all while you're here on vacation. And that was another, I would say, a big pillar or premise of the conference, and that did happen. And same thing with getting an idea of what property is like here and how much it costs, what you get, and then also like I obviously have many property videos on my channel, but it's very different to watch a video, learn about a property, learn about the community, obviously give as much information and value on that, but it's very different compared to being here, say in Negril, and it's like, okay, we're gonna go look at a development on the West End that's gonna break ground in the next 6 months, and we go do that, and we go see a completed development. We go up to Little Bay, we go to Little London to see West Isle development, and then you're getting cost of these homes, and you're seeing them, you're feeling them, you're breathing the air, and you're getting like in your understanding from an in-person real life way what the value that you're getting, and and you're going on the drive and saying, okay, this drive is not 10 minutes that they advertise, it's more like 20 or whatever it is, but you're seeing the difference for yourself, and you're like, hey, this roof doesn't look so secure. Not that happened. What you know what I'm saying? Like you get to see yourself. So that's a big part of ThoughtPax 2023. We wanna, and that was a big highlight of 2022, is doing the property tour. I think that's so important. And even if you say you have your mind set on purchasing something in St. Mary or St. Thomas or wherever on the island, it still gives you perspective to know what you get for Negril compared to Negril. And I'm always doing that. I'm like, even when I go to Kingston, you see all these new luxury buildings, and you're saying, man, this costs how many hundreds of thousands of dollars for this square footage, da 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 da. So you build up this library of Jamaican real estate information in your head, and it allows you to assess very quickly what is a good investment and what is not a good investment for your particular situation and what you may be looking for. And that was, again, one of the biggest highlights, I think, of the conference. And we're dedicating an entire day to that as well in 2023 in November 13th to 17th. And then the other thing, another piece of feedback, critical piece of feedback, was that there wasn't enough social activities. We had dinners and we had breakfast and everything like that, but I think one thing that I would have loved to have done, but based on the timeline that we had, there was no way we could have done it within, I think it was 3 days. And so now that's why we went to 5 days this year, which was putting in more social group activity. So one of them we're adding is a catamaran. I'm just kind of looking to see if I see a catamaran out there, but no, I'm sure one will come by at some point. But we're doing a catamaran boat ride, and one, that's going to be a lot of fun for sure. But then I think two, and like I make no bones about it, like I'm completely biased when it comes to Negril. So, but two, going on the boat ride, it give you like a visual understanding of the layout of Negril. So seeing and understanding, I always talk about Negril's 7 Mile Beach being 5 miles and 2 miles. So seeing the coast, understanding the dynamics of the beach itself, kind of down here on this towards the southerly part, it's more small hotels and everything, like small hotel after small hotel. so on and so forth. And as you move north up the beach, it's more larger hotels, and like seeing them and knowing them in your head and knowing the names and knowing how many rooms, like it gives you a real idea of what the most prime, I would say some of the most prime real estate in all of Jamaica, what it looks like from being out on the sea and what the pricing even on that is. And then I also think it's incredibly important that we do a West End tour and we go up the cliffs and we see, because we've seen uh it was kind of night, but if you yeah, we went to the farewell party, which was at Ocean Cliff, and we saw what the sea and Negril looks like on the from the West End, and looking out and seeing the entire strip of Negril from that vantage point. And now we're going to be on the water to see that sort of thing. And it's like it's very very beautiful, and like just it's I think it's also important to get that perspective and understanding what Negril's makeup is like, just also from the beach and then also on the West End as well. So and this is giving like a full circle idea of what Negril is like to live here and to possibly invest here, hopefully. So yeah, that's my long rant on Dropback. So super super excited. Let's get to the comments here. Gizzy J says, "Hey Throp, how are you doing? I am well, thank you. Happy to be here. Happy to be here on this beautiful beautiful day." Michael Smith says, "Happy Easter at Yard and Foreign." All right, thank you. Happy Easter to you as well. Diane says the airport expansion is being paid for by the government of Jamaica. Thank you, Diane. Gizzy J says, "What's the price for the tickets?" The price is $1,200 for the 5 days. So that obviously includes your conference, the cost for the conference, but it also includes all of your meals as well is included in that, and the boat ride and everything, the tour. So trying to give, just like last year, just trying to over deliver on value as much as humanly possible. Rachel says, I have to check my calendar at work now, so I don't go through what I did when I came to the first StopX. Yeah, your flight, Rachel, that was wow, impressive. What you were able to do. Uh, she left, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rachel. On the last day, you left Negril at 2 in the morning to catch a flight from Kingston back home, which is crazy. And I was like, man, you don't know how much I appreciated that you went through all that, and then you went to work that morning, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, man, talk about dedication, talk about commitment. Like I really, really appreciated that. Thank you so much. And Rachel says, yes, great bonds were formed. Rachel says, no false reality. We all knew what's happening and excited to take part in it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Best experience ever. Marie D says, I think what it is, we all love Jamaica and want Jamaica to succeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. We definitely do. Jamaica land we love. Happy Sunday, Suzette. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. RB says, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, would definitely appreciate that. We got Chad in the building. Lisa says, good day, Throp. Family from Connecticut. Good to see you, Lisa. Happy Sunday to you. Maria hopes to be there. Awesome. Julia for Justice says, love the cliffs. So do I. It's beautiful over there. Really do love the cliffs. Different feeling, different experience. Croc says 1,200 US for the stay, including the conference and meals. No, so it does not include the stay. Does not include the stay. You have to stay. You have to pay for that separately. So you can stay here at Travelers. So all right, I should caveat that. So staying at Travelers includes meal. So because we have the breakfast plan. So but many hotels do include that, but I shouldn't say many. Some other hotels include breakfast with their rates. So if you don't want to stay at Travelers, you want to stay somewhere else, that's totally fine. And you can come come here during the day when the conference starts, but your breakfast is included when you stay here at Travelers, and then your lunch and your dinner as part of the conference. Rachel says, yep, exactly. My car was at work. Wow. What a situation. That's awesome. Gizzy J says your hotel looks booked out this spring. What are your dates, Gizzy? It depends. We are busy. We are running a high occupancy, especially on weekends. I do encourage people, even though we're like 6 days, will officially be in off season, and usually it slows down. Obviously, this is Easter weekend, so the grill in general is quite busy. You can see, you can't really see the whole beach, but there are a good amount of people on the beach this weekend. And even when I was driving home last night, I was like, man, the grill is busy. There was just like a lot of activity. I think I went home around 10 o'clock last night, a little after 10, and just a lot of people on the streets going to different parties, and a lot of cars, a lot of people walking on the road. And I was like, this is awesome to see. This is really, really great to see, especially coming out of COVID. So I was happy about that, and continue to be. I was talking with, who was I speaking with yesterday? It was Noel. Yeah, we were talking. I was talking with Noel about like how Negril. And he was saying, he's like, Negril is busy. He drove in on Friday from Kingston. He's like, Negril is so busy. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of. I wouldn't say like it's been steady. This is obviously a little bit of a spike because of Easter weekend and people coming in from all over, and a lot of people from Kingston are coming to Negril to hang out for the weekend. Excuse me. So yeah, it's a little bit busier than normal, but I would say, speaking with other hoteliers, it's kind of been very even keeled, steady. I would say throughout the season, and as we move into the off season, it looks to remain steady. Chantel says won't be there until November, but hoping to be there in August. Okay, awesome, awesome. Andrew Blick says, "Hey, Throp, tell them how beautiful it is today in the grill. It is gorgeous." Let me take this down. Yeah, it's really, really nice day today. I mean, I don't know, you could kind of see it. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's not too hot. It's very, very sunny. Sunny, that is. There were some clouds threatening earlier, but I don't see them. Obviously, I can't see them from here. In terms of looking at the north, which is usually where the rain comes. We had a nice, nice rain shower on today's Sunday. I think Thursday, like it came down like crazy. Thursday or Friday, it came down like crazy. And so that kind of really, really cooled down the place and was well. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Talk to Chad. Yeah. Yeah. So sorry, that's our guest. So he's trying to we're just trying to set him up. Yeah, we're gonna set up our guests here. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, we have our what's going on? We have our guest here, so we're just gonna Chad is gonna set him up, and we're gonna get right into it. But let me keep going through the comments real quick. Maridi says, "I'm so missing Jamaica. I was there last Easter. Hopefully, you'll be back soon, Marie." Julia Fragesca said, "Did you get a good rain recently?" Yeah, I was on. I didn't realize you put that there. Yeah, Thursday or Friday. It was really, really, really good rain. All right, just setting up here. 1 second. I think I gotta fix. Sorry, just adjusting mics here. What's going on, Byron? Good to see you. Byron chiming in from Baltimore. Okay, we have our guest here. Your Everyday Lifestyle with Carrie Ann says, super excited to catch your live. I'm always watching the replay. Awesome, awesome. Thanks for joining. This is going to be a good one. Thanks for joining. Kevin says, hello, Throp and Throp fam. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you as well. Byron says, I'm also a carpenter, lived in Italy for a short period of time, left Jamaica back in 1988. Okay, cool. Hold on, let's test the camera. Yep, we're good to go. All right, cool. All right, I want to ask you to just test your mic.
Mic check.
Good to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Just sit forward a little bit so you can a little closer. All right, awesome. Welcome to the show, Mark.
Welcome. Thank you. Pleasure
Yes.
for having me.
Absolutely. All right, so this is a brief introduction, everybody, and I stated this before. Mark he's a carpenter. I've worked with him on a couple of projects, and I found his work to be like really good. I think that's very, very important. But also what's important is being on time and communicating with the clients. And I found him to be very on point with that. And I've always mentioned in talking with everybody that it's hard. The carpenters here are overworked, yourself included, right?
Yeah.
And what I tend to have found happened in the past is that deadlines are missed, not by weeks, but by many months.
Yes.
Even I hate to just do this, but this is like a real world example. The guy who came in that I hired originally to finish the shelves, he came in on Thursday to come to do the install.
For real?
Yes. We're talking about 2 years later.
Wow.
Like no exaggeration.
And
But
that's a problem in Jamaica.
yeah. So like that's just kind of give you an idea. So I say that to say like, no, for me to bring somebody on the show, particularly a carpenter, I've been through many. It's just like it just kind of shows you that there's a trust there, and like an appreciation for your just for your professionalism more than anything else. So just as a brief background before we get into it, Mark was born in Jamaica and grew up in New York, and you've been in business for 24 years now.
25 years.
25 years now.
Yes.
This year. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, how many people can say that they've been in
Yeah.
business for 25 years, a quarter
Yeah.
of a century, and you do general contracting and construction management and some other services that you also
Yes.
offer. So I want to take this time to welcome you again to the podcast and thank you for
having
doing
me.
it. Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
You got it.
What you're doing for Jamaica is phenomenal. Thank you very much.
Hold on, Mike.
And what we really want to talk about today is I'm a local contractor in Brooklyn, New York. So
that's what I want to get to. Like, so how did you get into this business in the first place?
So in this business, my brother is Julius Innes is of a parts business in Hagley Park Road in Kingston, and I migrate from Jamaica to America and like finish my schooling in Brooklyn, first in New Jersey, William Patterson University, and then I migrate to Brooklyn, which is a beautiful place. I still love Brooklyn, and I get to understand you're also from New York.
Yes, sir.
Best place in the whole universe. But Jamaica is better.
I was gonna say.
Yes.
I was waiting for the punchline.
Negril is a local place that we really love and adore. Need a lot of work, and I'm trying to work on it. And we need more like you in Negril, the Wallaces, and a few other people that I respect in Negril. But the main goal is that we came to Jamaica, and I've been here for 2 years. My dad passed away 3 years this year. My mom is still alive. I located in Orange Bay, which my dad bought a home in Orange Bay.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of taking over from my dad. And I was born in Spanish Town, which I really like, but Negril is more phenomenal.
How did you end up your family? How did you end up coming to Negril?
My family is basically from a place called K Valley in Hanover. My mom is from a place called Delphin in Westmoreland.
Yeah.
And my brothers and sisters, most of them grew up in Westmoreland. So we actually, when Negril was not Negril,
Hmm.
was a little track. That's when my dad came to Negril. Well, he was born in Cave Valley, so and grew up in a place called Spring Garden, and that's where we end up in Negril. My brother was Earl. He actually used to be a coordinator in Beach Club, which is a really nice hotel. Not like Trap, not like this place, but it's really phenomenal. So my dad passed away. My mom didn't want to travel anymore, so I end up in the Orange Bay, where my dad had a house in Orange Bay. I kind of built on top of my dad's house,
Hmm.
so I have my own apartment. It's a 4/4, but I love construction
Okay.
more than anything else. Kind of get me going in Brooklyn. It's good money. I mean, I like when I finish something like I did your shelves and
Hmm.
stuff and your floor. I like people say, "Wow."
Yeah.
So I kind of came to Jamaica. I got stuck here with my mom,
Hmm.
and it's kind of grown me up to learn about the grill, Hanover and Westmoreland, and everywhere else in Jamaica, where people can trust contractors.
Hmm.
But I'm kind of trustworthy because I don't like to take people money and don't do their job. So I
Right.
rather take half of your money, do your job, and you pay me the other half. So right now, I mean, I've got burned in Jamaica also because I
Hmm.
bill contractors can't be trusted,
Right. Oh, okay. I see.
end up in the same situation. So what I really do general carpentry. I don't like to do concrete work. I still take it, I sub it out, but I do everything else.
Okay.
So we do carpentry and finish carpentry,
And
which is more important.
you said did you say you took over the business from your dad?
No, I own
Okay.
my own corporation,
Right.
which is called Innis Development
Okay.
in Brooklyn.
Right.
And we're a company who makes sure your job get done. And I like the y'all factor is my everything.
Hmm.
So even even my motto in doing carpentry is we do it right the first time.
I love that.
And if my company ever screw a customer, we go there and fix it
Hmm.
for free.
Hmm.
That's my motto.
That's
I
awesome.
believe in that because honesty is the best of policy in every
Absolutely.
situation in my lifetime.
And then like what made you bring your and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but like you obviously you had a good career in Brooklyn and you I assume you learn different things in terms of and like New York City is the city of hustle. And like if you mess up, you're going to pay for it like
Exactly
literally
so.
and fiscally. And so in my mind like that elevates a level of your mentality and your I would say maybe even the intensity to your approach to your craft and what you do. And I feel that you kind of brought that New Yorkness to here to Jamaica. And so what made you decide to make that move?
Well, the move is we're trying to make New York to Jamaica.
Okay.
We're still trying. It's really hard because the mentality, especially in Negril, the younger folks, and I was talking to the producer and I was trying to share my information with her. What we're looking for in Jamaica, it's where we don't want to have slaves.
Mhm.
We want to have workers that want to own something, that want to own part of our corporation
Mhm.
to enhance their ability to know that they're part of this business.
Right.
I don't want to have slave working for me. Like you're working, you don't have nothing, you don't have anything. I want somebody who is working with a mindset that they're gonna achieve something from this company or from me
Right.
personally. That in this carpentry business, if what you put in is what you're gonna get out for yourself.
So I was talking, and well, all right, we'll get into that in a second. So let's stick with your business at this point in time, and the I would say the level of value you bring to the table and also the work ethic that you bring to the table. How did you like start getting and building your list of clients here in Jamaica?
Well, most of my clients here are people who I know from overseas.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting.
Yes,
Interesting.
that recommend me to other people here. I mean, we have worked for you, and we have worked for Half Moon in Montego Bay. That was highly recommended from people overseas. And I mean, we work for other local clients that from overseas, like that in Orange Bay, and my even my own family that in Westmoreland, that we're looking for people who can finish their job at a good timing, and the yaw factor again, that when it's finished, they feel good about what we do.
Right, right, right. And so earlier, you just a minute ago, you had mentioned the youth and not having people work for you and feel like it's slave work. Like, what do you mean by that exactly?
So we have people that don't younger generation today
Right.
that don't really want to work,
Yes.
and because their foreparents have been slaved in Jamaica,
Hmm.
and not even only in Jamaica but everywhere else.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is bring something totally different that's gonna let them want to work, and like I said, a little bit more money, because people are very underpaid in Jamaica. That will make them the satisfaction to keep away the riffraff. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we try to bring in a little bit more high end people that we pay a little bit more money. So we ask my own client for a little bit more money, because we're the production that we're giving is enhancing more, that is not the regular. So a time limit for a job.
Hmm.
I mean, the worst thing about Jamaica is we don't communicate with our clients. So I'm not gonna show up for your job. You don't hear from me. I don't do that. I always on point. I'm telling you, listen, there something just came up. We cannot fulfill our obligation, so we're gonna give you a new date. And it's base basic communication that don't work, and it don't work nowhere. If you're not communicating with your client, you lose your client. Today we're doing a multi-million dollar job in the new hotel in Green Island.
Oh, awesome,
Yeah,
awesome,
we're part of that right now.
amazing,
Yeah,
amazing.
that we're doing general carpentry. And right now I feel like we don't have enough workers,
Wow.
and we don't have enough. And I'm not gonna hire somebody that older than me, but to do bookkeeping,
Right.
because they can't climb the stairs. They can't move as fast as we want them to do. Like
Yeah.
we're trying to bring the Brooklyn mentality to Jamaica.
Yeah.
It's hard, but I'm still trying.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I need people like you to help me.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
because we're from a different tribe, we're from a different nation,
Mhm.
and we're from a different mentality
Right.
that we want to build in Jamaica to make Jamaica a better place.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I notice that I want to get into like the work that you're doing specifically and maybe talk a little bit about the work that you're doing at the Princess Hotel. But I noticed two things I noticed about your crew on the last job you did. One, you had a young apprentice with you.
Yes.
Then you also had a female.
Yes.
Can you talk to me about both those dynamics being part
So
of
the
your team?
dynamic of moving forward in this kind of society, and the mentality, today mentality with young people, we can't leave out the females,
Mm.
because the females work harder than the males. And it's so the word to bring forward to that, to say today, environment, today technology, we have more female that taking over than the male.
Mhm.
And it is sad, but
It's
it's
a
sad to
reality.
say, but it's reality. So in everything that I do, I don't want to be stereotyped, because the male and the female is phenomenal working. And when we have male and female working together, then the male is gonna say, well, if the female are taking over, then you know what, we need to jump on our bandwagon and go back to where we are.
Right.
And it's really sad to say, but today is that was what we're working with. I mean, in every aspect of our life today, like, female do more than male. I mean, not in me and your time, but in this time.
Right.
Because right now we have the female are doing more than the male. And it's kind of sad to say, but I love the female working because I get more. And they even push the guys, the male,
Mhm.
to work more because they are there to take over. And they're gonna take over if we don't watch it. Technology, they're gonna take over more than the male.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm pushing.
Okay. No, I love it. When I saw that, I was like, man, you don't see that every day.
Well,
But I will also say, like, we've had that, like, we had a contracting crew, and they were that we hired to do our bungalows, to do our cottages now, and there were two female workers with them doing construction with them. Even our, I don't know what you call them, the man, this word is slipping me, but they do the garden and vegetation.
yes.
Yep, they can. We had a
They're a
female
good
company.
project manager.
Yep.
They make sure everybody's on time.
Yes.
They make sure your bookkeeping is right. So there you go. And if we don't, and if we slip up for a few minutes, they're gonna take over. And so I'm trying to be not a boss but a CEO for Innis Development, and that's what we do. We try to incorporate female, male, and especially I'm older,
Mhm.
so I want to young people, and I want to demonstrate this, that young people today, you can make, if you take up a trade, if you do what you got to do, you don't have to be in the situation where you have to watch your back,
Right.
because most of these people who are doing what they're doing, and I'm not gonna put that on social media.
We know what you're talking
You
about.
know, you can make it.
Yes.
Push forward. You can own your own corporation. You don't have to work for me.
Right.
You can own your own corporation. I can hire you as a subcontractor. I'm a contractor. I can hire you as a subcontractor. So I'm just saying.
No, I love that. Like you said, you don't want to be a boss. You want to be a CEO, and there's a
Yes.
difference. It's a different.
I don't want to
mentality.
boss people around. Yeah, it's totally different being a CEO than being a boss. A boss is somebody who boss people around. You never get anything done. I just want to be a CEO who go corporation, and that's the phenomenal thing about doing this business.
All right, so I want to take some time to read some comments. But
Yes.
if you are getting any value out of this,
Yes.
please hit the like button. Please share it with anybody that you think might get any value out of this. Chantel says, if you want to get things done, hire a woman. We're innate multitaskers, organizers, and leaders. Regina says, who run the world? Girls. Mystical says, after all, we carried you for 9 months, fed you, nourished you, and encouraged woman power. Encouraged you, woman power. So some good
That's
feedback
great.
there. And speaking about, so I was talking with two contractors. So I was talking with an electrician, who's like electrician here, and then a general contractor here, on two separate conversations, two separate notes, and they were talking about what you were just alluding to, and they are having the hardest time finding young apprentice and young people to come on board, especially the electrician, because we've been using him for years, and I would like to think he's probably going to retire in 5 years, but he doesn't have a young person following him, and he's the best electric. Like, he knows this thing like the back of his hand. He can fix any electrical problem. Like,
And
it's,
everything.
man, amazing.
Yes.
The best, the best, the best. And I'm
So-
like, how, he cannot die with this knowledge.
Okay.
He has to
so-
pass it on to somebody.
Okay, so what I want to explain to that electrician, I don't know who he is.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's Gibbs or somebody else in the grill.
Mhm.
But what I want to say to you, train somebody. Find that person offer them a little bit more money.
That's the thing. So what he's telling me is that the other opportunities that he's getting out there, that these young people are getting out there, it just cannot compete and compare with what he can pay them. They want fast money now. And so his thinking was, and like this is, I guess, the point here, the punchline. He's afraid that Jamaica eventually will have to get overseas workers to come in.
All right, and that's the thing that I hope never happen in
Right.
Jamaica because for so okay, I'm working with locals in Jamaica
Right.
and we have a few young guys. Well, I have a 18-year-old right now that go to school that will help to send to school. Okay? Right now his stepfather is overseas. Right? We just talked on the phone before I got here. And I have like people like CJ that phenomenal that never got the exposure
Mm-hmm.
of being he's my project manager today and his last name is Davis. I gotta put his name out there. His name is Steve J. We call him CJ.
Mm-hmm.
We also got Lucas. His name is Reed.
Yeah.
That never got the exposure because there's nobody that really give them a chance. So that's where I fall in.
Yeah.
To give them a chance to see what you can do. And this is what I preach every day. You tell me what you can do, and I tell where you fit in.
Yeah.
Now, the locals need a chance. We're going to get people from overseas. Of course, right now at the hotel we're working in Green Island, Princess Hotel, we got people from Dominica. We got people from El Salvador. We got the locals that work in there. We need the
But
locals.
are you getting enough for the job?
They just need a little bit of training.
Okay.
And I believe in them. They need love and affection like everybody else overseas. That they gotta have somebody that believe in them.
Right.
Not somebody to boss them around,
Yeah.
but somebody who's gonna put their heart out there that believe in them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we need in Jamaica.
Yeah, man. Yes.
That's what you preach every day in Jamaica.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That Jamaicans are somebody. They just need somebody like me and you that's gonna reach out and have them come forth and said, listen, they're scared to get on camera.
Mhm.
They're scared to be part of what's going on in Jamaica. We're not scared of what's going on in Jamaica.
All right.
And me and you are from a different background where we went somewhere, and that's what I'm trying to bring to Jamaica today.
Yeah.
That today mentality is because a lot of guys or a lot of girls leave university and they don't have a good job.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a good paying job. And that's what we're trying to enforce in Jamaica today. That these guys work, people from over the world come and they slave them.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that. And me and you know that. And we're trying to put it out there that look, you can be somebody.
All right.
You don't have to work for me, work for yourself. Be your own boss.
Yeah. And if you guys have any questions for Mark, please put them in the comments. I've already made some notes of different questions people had, but any questions about the world of contracting, carpentry, anything like that, please put it in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to ask Mark. So let's get into the actual work that you do, like with the carpentry. So I know you as a carpenter, and like that's how the capacity in which we work
Yes, well,
together. What else do you do?
So we do general carpentry.
Yep.
Which, like I told you before, I do not like concrete work. So, but we do concrete work. So we subcontract concrete work. But when it comes on to carpentry, we have our own crew.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So anything from carpentry like sheetrock, framing work. I mean, we read blueprints, we can lay out, we can do everything for you. Finish, cabinet, shelves, whatever you want done in carpentry.
Big Too small.
Yes.
Okay.
So we do from commercial to residential.
Okay.
Okay. Cabinets, framing. If you even need your bed head to spray
Hmm.
in a different color,
Yeah.
that's what we do.
And are you strictly here in the West?
And we go everywhere in the 14 parish or 15 parish now in Jamaica. If you want us, we'll be there.
Okay.
We stay in hotels. We went to Kingston to work, went to Ocho Rios, we went to Montego Bay. We do a lot of work in Montego Bay. And now, if we can just stay in the Grill, Green Island, Lucy, Montego Bay, it would be great. But if we have to travel out of our area to go to Kingston, wherever in the island,
Is
we
there
love traveling.
is there enough work and demand in the Negril area for you to sustain and to grow your company where the way you want to?
I wouldn't say in the Grill,
Okay.
but I'll say in Negril to Montego Bay.
Mhm.
So Negril, Green Island, Orange Bay, Lucy to Hoprel, Sandy Bay, all the way to Montego Bay. Ocho Rios, we love Ocho Rios. We've been in Ocho Rios working before, so wherever, give us a call. If we can't make it, we'll send somebody.
What was the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you this question? What was the biggest job that you've done?
In Jamaica?
Yeah.
Well, the biggest job we have done in Jamaica is, I'll say, Half Moon, Herbs Corporation. Um, that's about it for the biggest job. Now we just went to Royalton. They want us to do a little bit of renovation for them in the pool house. And now Green Island is a big job
Yeah.
because it's a huge, it's gonna be one of the hugest hotel in Jamaica.
I think it's literally the biggest. I think
Yes.
by number of rooms, I believe it's the
Yes.
largest hotel.
Yes.
Are you allowed to talk about the job that you're doing?
Of course.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about that?
So right now we're doing general carpentry. So we're doing the sheetrock, the framing, mostly drywall stuff. And of course, there's a phenomenal guy from, his name is John. It's really the project manager for that job. And he asked me if I wanted to like take a whole project of doing the tiling and all of that stuff. So we're kind of looking into all of that stuff because the general contracting is our stuff. Okay. So under our belt, we have electrician, plumbers, masons, tilers, guys who install sheetrock like myself because I get into the whole dope of doing most of the work because I like working. I think I'm a workaholic, so I get into everything.
Okay.
So I don't like to boss around people. I like to fit in.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. People are asking for your website and contact information.
Oh,
Yeah.
my website is not working at the moment. But you can look at us where my telephone number is 347-837. It's in its development. And
Sorry, repeat that again. It's 876-347.
283-1551 is the number.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
1553. You said
1551.
1551. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And that's a local number in Jamaica.
I put up Mark's number there, so you can take a look. Let me put his name. Mark. So his number's on the screen there, Mark Innes, 876-283-1551. They can shoot you a WhatsApp.
Yes.
Yeah, they can
most
WhatsApp
definitely.
you. Okay, we got to get your website up and running. Do you have any social
Yes.
media?
We had a social media. It's kind of giving problems.
No, you got to talk to Throt Media, man.
No, so so you gotta fix that.
All right, yeah. No, we can't have you out here like this. We
Exactly
can't have you
so.
out here like this. So, all right. I have a few more personal questions, but I want to get not personal, but coming from me. But
Yes.
let's get to some comments and questions here from the community. And as usual, if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section, and I will do my best to ask them, mark them. Safi Anderson says, "I exclusively use a carpenter for all my home projects. I get to design them. It's unique, fantastic value for money, and I'll never buy furniture from a store again in Jamaica. The quality."
Perfect.
She goes on to say, the quality was so good. I felt I'd been ripped off my entire adult life by buying in stores.
Yes,
Spread
that's the
the word.
truth.
And so I'll agree with that. Like that's the one thing
I
like about
agree
Jamaica
too.
is like the quality of carpentry here is amazing, and then also like the access. Like that's one thing I would say that I only appreciated when I'm in New York, right? And like to get a carpenter to do this, like it's a huge process.
Yes.
Where it's just like I can just pick up my phone and call you,
Here in
tell you what I
Jamaica.
want to do.
Yes.
You'll either come that day or the next day.
Yes.
We'll sit, we'll talk measurements, boom, 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 and
It's
then
done.
it's done. Like that's like, and then if you have something like unique, right, that you have a design that you want to, maybe do these chairs
Just
or
send
do a
it over
bed
to
head
me.
or whatever, send the picture,
Yes.
and then you get it done. Like it because everybody in the States, they go to IKEA or they go to
Yes.
wherever to buy their
Yes.
furniture,
IKEA mostly.
right? And it's just not the
Or
same.
Ashley.
Actually, you just don't get the quality. You just don't
Yes.
get the quality. So
Yes.
great point here, Safi. Okay, she does have a question and says, what can be done about the worker shortage in Jamaica? Seems to be twofold. People just don't want to work, lazy, or want to be a scammer. Soon start to as to our point.
Oh,
Soon they'll
sassy.
start to import workers. Companies need to address low wages too.
Okay. So the biggest thing about that is because of the low wages
Mm-hmm.
in Jamaica. So what I try to do is like top up the guys that work for me a little bit more than the regular people in Jamaica that try to slave people.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. So in the problem is that people want to work, young people want to work, but there's a faster way that making money, especially this section of Jamaica.
Yeah.
And it's so we're not going to say we're going to import workers from overseas, but we'll import worker from Kingston
Yeah.
or import worker from another parish in Jamaica, and they work phenomenal because we got guys from Maypen that really work
Mm-hmm.
in Negril that work well. I mean, the people in Negril are
No, I mean it is what it is. I was talking. My friend is building a villa on the West End, and he was just like, he cannot work with the people in the grill. So he can't work with the people in the grill. So he imported people from Kingston.
yes,
He's like, the work ethic is just still Jamaican, same way,
yes,
but the work ethic is different. They don't come to the site in flip flops. They wear
can't work on
boots.
my side.
They're dressed professionally. They have the reflectors or whatever. They have the the hard hats as well.
Yes,
All of that,
that's
and
a requirement for my team.
that's just regular. But in the grill,
No, they came to work in slippers.
yep.
And they becomes your boss. it's kind of sad to say,
Yeah,
but
it's the
truth.
reality. It's the
Yes,
reality, man.
yes.
It's the reality.
Yes, and they tell you what they gonna do,
Yeah.
not what you want them to
Yeah.
do. So I'm kind of with that. It's a transition that you have to go through in the grill. So you have to weed through the weeds
Yep.
and the bad weeds and get rid of the bad weeds and keep who you can keep and then enhance yourself with other people from out of town because
Right.
that's the best way of doing this whole business. As the business is gonna go cuckoo.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so like that's kind of one of I would say the competitive advantages of like being in this on this channel and being part of this community is like, and I say this all the time, it's like I have gone through the trial and ever process
Yes.
of trying
All
carpenter
of
after
us.
carpenter, right? And then so my whole thing is like I don't want you and like this community that we're building here. I don't want you guys to go through this. And like when I bring somebody on like Mark here,
Yes.
and there's a reason. It took me. I had to go through 20, maybe 30 other carpenters to get to a Mark. And then you'll find the same thing. And I don't know, I'm sure this is not unique to Negril, but maybe even other parts of the country, is like if you're coming here, either trying to do business, trying to do construction, whatever it is, there is, if you're just brand new, you're just coming off the boat, so to speak, you're going to have this trial and error process. If you don't have the right people or persons to
you'll
guide
get
you,
scammed.
man.
And listen, it's the truth.
Yep.
Yes, you'll get scammed.
So I don't want you guys to go through this. And then this is why I bring on people
Yes.
like yourself. I don't want the
Yeah.
community and like anybody who I bring on the show. I mean, it's essentially a bit of a cosign, you know, and it's just like I'm not going to bring anybody on
That's
this
right.
show and just
That's right.
expose them.
And I
'cause
wouldn't want you to do that either.
the last thing I want to do is just like somebody's just like, man, I called up so and so that you had because they did a sponsor
Yes.
and I got screwed. And
Yes.
this is like, no, that's going to mess
No.
up my reputation.
No,
mess up
and
my
we don't
brand.
want to. And in life, reputation is everything,
Absolutely.
and loyalty is everything. And in Negril, people believe loyalty is when you're rich.
Right.
That's a bad thing.
Right.
Loyalty is loyalty.
Right.
So when you're loyal to someone, I'm loyal to you. You're loyal to me. And respect go where respect come from.
Absolutely.
And the people that we're working with in Negril, I mean, Negril is a nice little local area that everybody know everyone.
Yes.
So the minute you screwed up, you're gonna hear about it.
That's right. That's
So
right.
you gotta maintain your reputation.
Absolutely.
And that's what I try to do.
That's awesome. That's
Yes.
excellent. 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 Cami asked, would you offer training to younger people in your field?
Actually, Benji from Bourbon Beach asked me to go to Hart.
Yep.
But I don't know if I'm gonna have the time.
Right.
But I'll definitely try it.
Yeah.
Like on a job site where I did this in New Jersey before, where like a few people didn't know how to tile.
Mhm.
So I would have like a tile class on a Sunday or a
That's
Saturday
awesome.
when I'm not working, just like a workshop kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So I don't know if we could create something like that. Me and you.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get
yeah.
in it by
Right.
myself.
Right.
because
Right.
I
Right.
need-
Right.
Yeah. So we could do something like that. Whatever to enhance today people, the younger generation. There's no place like for a workshop or anything like that for them in the grill, unless it's there and I don't know about it.
Right.
But I think today generation, if they would have something like that for them to go out there, learn how to lay some tiles, how to do a little bit of sheetrock, how to do a little bit of framing. So I'm welcome
Yes.
to help to see where I could put in a few hours and try to teach different individual for what.
That's a great,
Yes.
great idea.
Yes.
Great idea. Oh man. And I'm just kind of seeing how that could like literally change the landscape of the community
Yes.
within a short time, like 3 years, 5 years.
Yes.
Could really turn things around if you had a dedicated space that
Thank
young
you.
people can go to. No, that's phenomenal. Phenomenal idea. Yeah, let's talk more about that. Let's just see how we
Yes.
can make it happen. And
Yes.
maybe we can even reach out to community,
Yes.
drop community to help support it as well.
Most definitely.
Great idea. Dennis says, my husband is a carpenter trained in the UK. How could he contact you or your company to work in Jamaica?
Just call my number. WhatsApp is
So I'm putting Mark's number again on the screen.
yes.
For those that are just listening, you can take out a pen or your phone and you can write it down. His number is 1-877-283-1551. All right. Next question. This is from Arby. They ask, how hard is it to make business as a contractor in Jamaica coming from the United States?
Wow. Good question. So first, you're gonna get scammed. Because most of the people you work for, you never get paid from. It's reality. So you gotta pick and choose the people who you work for. That's it. And I mean, some of the people who you work, like I said, I'm not a boss, I'm a CEO.
Yeah.
So what I try to do, I try to build my business better than I can relate to people that they're gonna get scammed. because if you work for somebody you don't get paid, that's scamming. Okay.
Yeah.
And the type of work that you do is also, so you come in from New York, you do a phenomenal job, and at the end of the day you have to harass somebody to get paid.
Right.
That's not good. Not my boss over here. Soon as I finish his job, I get my money in my bank account.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's a good thing. So he's a plus. Yes.
You have a, like you said, you have a reputation, and the grill's a small place.
Exactly.
And
so.
if you become this, even as an owner or whatever, you become known as this person. Oh, he doesn't pay on time, or you have to harass them to get your money back. And I hear things about other people and other
Yes.
companies, and it
Yes.
tells me, it's like, okay, I don't want to get
No,
in
you
bed
don't
with
wanna
them
be-
and do
you don't wanna
business with
fall
them.
in that.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. All right, Cami asks, what are some things that could be done to improve the local skills market in your opinion?
Training. Lots of training.
Right. And then Chantal, this is a comment. She says, training without pay is another problem. We can't expect young people to stick with it if they're not getting paid. They still have to eat, use public transportation, help their family with bills, etc.
So that's something we got to work on. So if somebody is going to do some work, and of course you're training them, they're actually going to do something. And if they're willing to learn, they're actually going to get it. So you have to have some kind of monetary funds to fund them for their traveling, for their lunch. So what I usually do, if somebody's working for me for the first time, I buy them lunch, at least buy them lunch, because until they get paid, they're not gonna have money for
Right.
buying lunch. So that's one of the little incentives that we give to our workers. That when you're just hired, we try to find them lunch, maybe a little bit of bus fare,
Yeah.
or actually take them to work.
Yeah.
So I'll pick you up. Tell you to meet me somewhere on the road, and I'll pick you up.
Okay.
Yes.
Safi says, why do people get scammed all the time? Why don't you do the work in increments and get paid in increments? That way you don't have to lose out. 50% deposit and the regular installments.
Why do people get scammed? Because there's a lot of scammers in Jamaica. And I'm not going to say in Jamaica. It's over the world now.
Right.
There's scammers everywhere. So you're going to get scammed regardless. So then when you have a repeat customer, there you go again.
Yeah.
Now, they're the people you got to work for. So it's hard to not get scammed, but when you're only going to get scammed once, because if you get scammed twice, then you're not learning from the situation. So
I'll say respond to that on the opposite side, just like the example like I gave earlier, that I was working with this particular carpenter, and over 2 years I paid. This is mind-boggling, right? So he came in to do my shelves in the office, and it was pulling teeth to get him to come, like many months, like calling every day, and talking about communication. He'd tell me he'll come on Tuesday, just don't hear from him. I'm like, what's going on? And like for months and months and months, I was trying to get this guy. Finally get him come. He does a piece here, does a piece there, install, and it's messing me up because you see, I need the shelves and the storage for my business.
yes.
And it was a very, very frustrating experience going through it with this guy. Then the one thing that was missing was the bottom of the shelves, and I would just like forget it. I just wrote it off, like it wasn't gonna happen. And literally 2 years later, he comes back out of the blue, like Batman or something. Then he
That don't
calls
work.
me, and
2
then
years.
literally 2 years,
No,
and
I will never
he
do
came,
that.
and then he installed the shelves, and I still owed him money. And he came in and installed the last piece of the shelves. And he's like, "Can I get paid tomorrow?" I was like, "What?" I was like, first of all, I didn't think this was.
You waited 2 years.
You waited 2 years, and like he needed the money the next day, and I was
So
just
that's
like,
the only reason why he was here, is to make some money.
yeah. And I was just like, to be honest, I was just like, of course I had I had the money, and I was just like, off of principle, I was like, I'm not paying this guy this week. Like, I'm not going. I pay him.
I'm gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer.
It wasn't even that. It was just, I don't like. I didn't. We had an agreement. I pay within the terms, and it's done. Me and you, right? And it was just like, all right, I pay my vendors, and my payroll is next week. I was like, I didn't set myself up for doing accounting this week.
Yes.
So I'm doing my business accounting next week. You will fall into that.
You'll fall into
yeah,
that.
and that's it.
That's
It's like you're
That's
gonna work in
business.
my schedule.
Yes.
And so I'm doing accounting next week. I'm paying bills next week. He's on that schedule now.
I'm not even gonna wait for 2 years to fire you.
I didn't think I'd ever see
So
him
you
again.
got a lot of patience.
man. But these are
2 years.
2 years. I'm
No
like, no
way.
exaggeration.
I'm not gonna wait 2 years to fire you.
No exaggeration.
So-
So I mean, the thing is, like, he had all this stuff, but it's just that's an extreme example. But that's not the only example of that nature that I've had. I've had carpenters that like I've paid them, and I still don't have the stuff. I still don't have my job.
You got to call us more often.
This was before I met you. This is before I met you. This was, I would say, and as also I was running the hotel as well. This is when I was
Yes.
managing the hotel.
Yes.
And so, that's what it was, a very, very frustrating experience because it was literally a carpenter after carpenter. And I was just like, okay, this is the industry. This is how it is in the carpentry industry.
No.
But
Not really.
Right.
Not really. But in the grill, if you get locals in the grill, and I'm gonna say this broadly because Negril have a mentality of people taking people's money and don't fulfill their obligation.
Mm.
And then you have the people who you work for in the grill, and they take forever to pay you.
Mhm.
So it's like piracy in the grill.
Oh, right.
Like
right.
seriously.
And like, so that's why, like, when I find somebody that I can work with like that doesn't have that mentality and is
Yes.
professional and progressive in what they're thinking and how and their approach in their business, like, I hold on to them. I was like, you're my guy, you're my gal.
Yes.
That's it. I'm gonna take care of you. And then if somebody asks me for a recommendation, you're gonna get that business. Like,
Yes.
there is no other carpenter that I can think of where if somebody in my community says, in my YouTube community says, hey, I want to build a home, I want to build a bedside table, whatever it is,
Yes.
you're the only person I'm going to call. And like, these guys don't get it. Like, I will never call this guy. As far like when I pay him next week, I'm going to delete his number out of my phone.
Yeah.
I have
Well,
no reason to call
we'll
him.
never come to that situation.
I know
I'm
that. I
sorry.
know that.
Yes.
And like, they don't understand that. And like
Because
amount,
no job too big or no job too small, we take it.
and
that's
that,
the way.
that's what I
And
appreciate about you.
and we're always gonna communicate. If I can't make it, I'm gonna tell you can't make it if something come up, because emergency happened in Jamaica.
and just in life,
Yes.
and
We
people don't
just need to
understand that
communicate
That's
with
it.
our clients.
things
and that's what
happen.
it
Things
is.
happen. And like, even when you had a personal situation,
Yes.
and you text me, and I appreciated that, and like, I was not
and I
mad.
appreciate that you was being sincere.
Of
and
course,
yes.
of course, like, because it was the communication. Because like,
Yes.
I know how like things happen with me, and like, things come up, but I'm honest about it.
Yes.
Whether it's whatever whether it's with my team or whether it's my brothers or whatever, like, whatever the situation is, it's like, I'm gonna own it,
It's a
and I'm gonna
situation.
tell you what it is, and I'm like,
Yes.
this is how we're gonna resolve it. This is how I'm gonna come back from it.
That's
But-
how we got. That's the only reason. That's the only way we're gonna grow.
Absolutely.
The only way we're gonna communicate with each other, and that's the only way we're gonna honestly trust each other.
Yes.
And that's the biggest thing in Jamaica. There's a trust issue that's going on in Jamaica. There's a lot of people, like there's so many people. The theft is the biggest thing in Jamaica that you can't even trust nobody in
Mhm.
Jamaica. So when there's people from abroad come to Jamaica, and I was watching a show with you and Jackie, she's a friend of mine.
Okay. Awesome.
And it was so phenomenal. Like I was there and I was just giggling, like, because she's just too much.
Yeah.
But she's just a sweetheart.
straight talker.
Yes,
man.
she don't beat around the
Yep.
bush, and if she see you, that's what she's gonna talk about.
Mhm.
And I was just there watching, and I was like, "Oh God, look at Jackie."
Character for sure.
I met her few years ago. There was a friend of mine came from Australia, and they know each other. Of course, she was in Brooklyn. She's a Brooklyn girl.
Yes.
I was in Clinton Hill, 490 Classen Avenue, and she was right down the road from me.
Okay.
But she came to Jamaica a long time ago, and she said everything and came to Jamaica.
Yeah.
And she's doing phenomenal. She's getting kind of old like myself, but
Mhm.
She love it here,
Yes.
and I love it here, and
Yes.
I was born here.
Yes.
And we just need to realize what's going on in Jamaica, that the people of Jamaica need to realize that the only way we're going to get through Jamaica, honesty.
Yeah.
Honesty is the best of policy. Just let somebody trust you. Then we can grow from there. Even if you don't know anything,
Mhm.
just the trustworthy part of growing up here. Because once I don't trust you, I don't want you to be around me.
Right.
And that's the phenomenal thing about growing up. Because when you travel away from Jamaica and know the different kind of people, the different mentality, the different know-how, then you create a different horizon in your mind.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody needs to do in Jamaica. Jamaica is a great place. It's just the people just need to realize that the honesty thing in Jamaica, we need to be honest.
And are you optimistic about the future of Jamaica?
Very. I think Jamaica is going to be the richest island in the universe.
Mhm.
Yes.
What makes you say that?
Because it's already rich. As soon as we go republic, we're good. We don't need anybody money. Jamaica have all money. Me and you, what we're going to do with our money when we're going to leave it right here.
Right.
So the people who are here need to realize what's going into Jamaica. Jamaica just need honesty, togetherness. And no man is an island. We just got to be together.
Yeah.
Together we stand, and divided we're going to fall.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Right.
So that's the greatest thing about Jamaica. And Jamaica have a lot of unique place in Jamaica where we can just go there and have fun. The people, there's a lot of people that really want to come to Jamaica today, and it's just the little bit of violence. I mean, violence is everywhere, but we need to just occupy our mind and occupy the know-how of getting rid of the violence. Even the politician, everybody, we know how to get rid of all of this. So we just need to just be focused and see what's going on and put our mind set together so we can deal with the situation at hand
Yeah.
today, so we can have more people coming to Jamaica, more people living in Jamaica, more people investing in Jamaica, more people want to be in Jamaica. And that's what we're looking for. That's what I'm especially looking for in Jamaica, because I'm here now and I've traveled everywhere.
Yeah.
So I want to be here. I want to be comfortable, be around you guys, hang out. We can have something somewhere, there, everywhere,
Yes.
and feel safe.
Yes.
Yes, because that's the most important thing right now. The world is getting crazy, and we just want to be safe. And Jamaica is a unique place where we can be and live, and the beaches, the falls, the rivers, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we just want to be here.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful
Yes.
thing.
Beautiful
Beautiful,
island.
beautiful island. Chris says the issue of doing business is a major challenge. It will take a multi-pronged approach for at least 3 generations. Training / certification / licensing must be a part of the effort.
I mean, that can be a two-way situation, because we have people right now, like even younger guys in their 30s, that really want to do something good in Jamaica. I mean, even today I was talking to a young man. He's only 29 years old. He was asking me the best investment to go in, and of course he work. He's a saxophonist where he play music and he make a good amount of money. And I was like, the best thing right now in Jamaica is real estate.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
because real estate is very expensive in Jamaica right now. So if you put yourself in, don't look at where we're building in Jamaica. The thing about building in Jamaica, wherever you build today is 6.5 million or 16 million. By the next month, it's gonna go up like skyrocket. It's like New York City.
Yeah.
In if you buy a building for $1 million in New York, by the next year or so, it's 2 million.
Yeah.
So it's the same dynamics that's going on in Jamaica. So if you want a piece of land and you see it and you have the money to buy it, don't question yourself. It can never go bad. It's not buying food, it's
Yeah.
not buying a car, it's buying a piece of land. By the next few years, 2 years or a year from now, it's gonna go up. And so my best thing in Jamaica today is investment. Land, hotels, the beachfront, whatever you want to put your money in, it's right here. And there's a gentrification that's going on in Jamaica today where the older folks are getting old and the younger people don't want to be a part of this because the ideology that they have
Yeah.
is totally different from me and you. So they don't understand. So the older folks are giving up and they're selling out.
Mm-hmm.
And the young people don't realize that this is theirs like yours.
Mm-hmm.
If your dad sell this tomorrow morning, you might go cuckoo.
Right.
So I'm like, today generation, I'm just saying to you, reaching out to you, that you can own your own stuff, that you can own your own business. If you have a little bit of money, I don't know where you get it from. I don't care. I'm not going to stereotype. I'm not going to
Right.
judge you. But put it in the right field and stop investing in gun and scamming and all that stuff.
Right.
We can make it here in Jamaica. Jamaica is a beautiful island. It's one of the richest islands right now in the world. Me and you just don't know that, but I know that
Mm-hmm.
because there is no other island like Jamaica. And I've been to a lot of the island, and the most beautiful island on the planet is Jamaica.
Agree. I agree. I agree. A few more questions here. RB says, no disrespect to the island, but how easy or difficult is it to get building materials, power tools, equipment rental?
Really easy. There's a place called Spectrum in Jamaica that you can get a whole lot of building material. We have also Tankwell if you want to build. And I'm not trying to put people out there, and I'm not trying to, big people up. And we have also in the grill, we got local stores, um, Home Depot Boulevard. We got Curlew around the corner. Well, Curlew is not around anymore. We got Samuel's Hallware, and we got there's a few local hallware that I don't even know their name on the beach road that you can get a lot of stuff from. But tools, we got a lot of tools in Jamaica. If I can't get tools, I import them here also. But there's a tool place like I think it's the Chinese that make it, but you can get parts for them. It's called Total Tools. That they work well for me.
Where's that? Where's Total Tools?
They're everywhere.
Okay. It's
Yes.
okay.
So they're selling most of the hardware store in the grill and Montego Bay, Kingston, everywhere. And so I mostly import tools from America because I'm practically American,
Right.
half Jamaican, half American. So I import my stuff and I ship them in if it's hard to get in Jamaica.
Okay.
But for material stuff, it's easy.
Mhm.
Building materials is really, really easy to get in Jamaica. Sheetrock, Durax, framing materials, all of that stuff. Compound, they're here.
Okay.
So it's easy to get. Just hit me up. I tell you where to get it.
All right. I'm gonna put your number up there again.
Yes.
So Mark Innes is his number. Carpenter contractor extraordinaire. He is the CEO and founder of Innes Development. His number is 876-283-1551. You can hit him up on WhatsApp and he'd be more than happy to work with you in the future at some point. All right, got some questions, comments here from Damian Sims. Regarding, we'll take it one by one. Regarding avoiding/reducing scamming as a contractor, he says, 1, more agreements need to be in writing. 2, changes need to be confirmed in writing, even by WhatsApp, as they happen to create a legal record. All right, I will pause right there. Even if it is in writing, this is my experience, and please counter it. Like, even if it is in writing in WhatsApp, even with this contractor, the carpenter that I mentioned before, with my experience of 2 years, maybe more actually at this point, am I going to go out my way to sue this guy? even the guy maybe 3 or 5 years ago who had a bunch of work that was supposed to be done on our conference room, and it was a decent amount of money, but like, is it worth me suing somebody to try and get, even if it is in writing, and to go through the Jamaican judicial system, maybe at least at this level, and this amount of money in these small projects. I remember totally different subjects. I remember we were renting out. We used to have a gift shop up front at Travelers. We still do now, but it was in a different location. But the guy had owed many months of rents for us, and I remember going to a lawyer and filing a lawsuit. Filed a lawsuit. The lawsuit was months and months and months long. Ended up winning, but I still felt like I lost because
because it takes so long.
takes so long, and then the payment plan that the judge was
The judge
very
gave
very very, I don't, just like, I would say soft in a sense, and just understanding, and then gave in this very low extended payment plan. And guess who had to go and get the money? I had to go and try to collect this money every month from this guy.
Yes.
I was like, forget it. I just left it alone. I was like, it's not even
No,
worth
but
it.
you don't want to forget money because it's your money.
Sure.
And this is a big problem in Jamaica. And there's a thing called links in Jamaica. And if you don't have links in Jamaica, then you won't get anywhere in Jamaica. It's not a good thing because it's feel like you've been scammed again. But if you know a few people in Jamaica that during the court system, you can get your money.
Right.
And
Okay.
I understand what you said, feeling scam, because the time you're gonna spend and the money you're gonna spend to sue somebody in Jamaica, you might as well just say, you know what, forget about it.
Because you got to also think, my mentality is just like, I have a business to run that I'm trying to grow.
Yes.
And to me be the owner operator, to take my focus to go to court, because I was the one who went to court,
Yeah.
was going to court, and take my time preparing, talking with the lawyer, doing this. It's just like that energy, at least for the amount of money, right? And I won on principle, but financially I felt like I lost. But for me to like take that energy and put it towards that instead of redirecting it to my
Yeah.
business, it's just like, it wasn't worth it for me.
Exactly so.
Even though I saw it through to the end, or at least 95%.
Yes.
And
because and the payment plan is the next thing, because they're gonna take the judge whatever they can pay, and that's not a good thing.
right,
And it's not like where we from. It's because it's a different background, because the people in America, if you sue somebody and they don't pay you, then you put a lien on their property.
right,
So it's a different situation. I mean, in Jamaica, the justice system of people owing people and they don't want to pay, the government should step in and change the laws or clause or whatever they gotta change for us to get our money. Because a thing like somebody rent your place and they don't want to pay, you still gotta pay your mortgage.
right,
You still gotta pay the bills of that property.
right.
So we gotta reach out. I mean, and there's people that you can reach out to. It's just that we're in a different environment. We're in a different place that we don't know. I'm just learning about Jamaica and the different people that I have to associate myself with
Mhm.
to get things done
Gotcha.
in Jamaica. So with you going through a situation like that, and I'm your friend, then you reach out to your friend, and then your friend reach out to their friends, and that's how it works. And it shouldn't be like that,
Right.
but that's how Jamaica is. And until we change that mentality in Jamaica, then it's going to be a different situation. But for now, if you have a situation where somebody rent your place, somebody owe you some money, can't get it, then you got to reach out to different people. And it shouldn't be the concept where you have a lawyer and you have to go to court.
Right.
Your lawyer should be doing your work. That's what you pay your lawyer for.
But that's why, like, I almost, like, you, at least for me, you build up this almost protective mindset so that you don't want to get screwed. So you may have a very trustworthy person that is coming to you that you can work with, but because of past experience,
Exactly
you're just
so.
like, I gotta go through. I gotta go
Same
through my.
thing.
You gotta take your time.
Yes.
I gotta vet you. I gotta make sure
Yes.
because I'm not trying to do a lawsuit. I'm not trying to go out
Exactly
and find
so.
you. So you build parameters around. Sorry, you build parameters around the way you conduct yourself and conduct business, so you don't get screwed again, or at least you cannot get screwed the same
Exactly
way that
so.
you did in the past.
Yeah, because if you're going around in circles, that means you're not growing mentally
Right.
and spiritually.
Mhm.
So what is this person screw you before, somebody else screw you again, then it's like it's the same mentality you're going through.
Right.
So when you learn from the one mistake, it's phenomenal. Because and that's why I'm saying for the 2 years that I've been in Jamaica, it's kind of different
Yeah.
because I've learned
Yes.
the hard way, and I have
Mhm.
to pay big bucks to
Yep.
learn the hard way.
Yes.
So I don't want to do that anymore. So, like, if somebody is coming from overseas, I try to guide them in the right part way. That listen, I've been burned in Jamaica. This is the part where you gotta go, so you don't get burned.
So
No,
I'm
if you choose not to go the part way that I'm telling you, then and you get burned, don't come back to me and tell me you
Right.
get burned.
And
Simple.
so I don't mean to discount what Damien is suggesting here. I'm just saying there, in my experience, that these things can be put in place, and they should be. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking at the wrong camera.
Yes.
They should be put in place. They should be contracts and things in writing, and you still do that. Still do that. But it's definitely no guarantee to say that you won't get screwed or you won't be put in a situation where you're taken advantage of. But again, I've learned to have that in place and then also put in my own protective measures.
Yes. So
Good-
and this is for Damien. Damien, so if you're doing a contract in Jamaica, it's best to do an AIA contract.
Mhm.
So what I do with an AIA contract is called progress payment. So you don't give nobody no
There
money.
you go.
So you collect as they work.
Right.
So the percentage of the job, you pay them for the percentage of the job that they've done.
Great.
And that's the best way to go.
No,
Because
smart.
it works for me in Jamaica. So everybody who worked for me as a subcontractor, if I'm giving them a job, I find the material myself,
Mhm.
and they find the labor costs. So I give them progress payments. So if you don't work, you're not gonna get paid.
Right.
I'm not gonna give you half of my money and you didn't do anything for it, because I might give you half of my money and you never showed up. I mean, you give me half of your money, but I showed up.
Yeah.
And I make sure I find everything.
Yeah.
Grace Kennedy, when I'm working for Grace Kennedy, they give me all their money
Wow. There you go.
because I'm trustworthy.
Right.
So, but I present their work
Right.
and they stay on top of me.
Yeah.
But it's called progress payment.
No, I think that's a great
Yes.
suggestion.
So it's called an AIA contract, where you and the client, or you and a contractor have an AIA contract where you find the material. So when you get an estimate, you get the material costs, and material costs are subject to change because the rate go up every day in Jamaica. So, but the labor costs always remain the same. If I can do something on the labor, I can't do anything on the materials.
Right.
So the material cost is what it is. But just remember, you have to do an AIA contract that stipulate that you're gonna progress payment. You do 20% of the job. I'm paying you this week. You need to do a requisition for money. So I'm paying you for the 20% that you've done. Can't pay you no more. And then all of us are happy.
There you go.
You're
There you go.
happy, I'm happy. So if you ever have to fire that contractor, hire another contractor, then you know you're only paying for what they have done.
Right. Right.
And you still got your materials.
Love it. Great suggestion.
Yes.
Great suggestion. Another comment here from Damien. 3 updates, pics, site visits, short report from contractors should come in phases according to the percentage completion and to show the work done so far, money paid. Exactly what you just said.
Yes.
4, I don't complete/continue work if I request part payment after partial completion and don't get paid. I will renegotiate terms, but if I get a signal that you won't pay, I won't work any further.
Perfect.
Yep. Perfect indeed. Perfect
Yes.
indeed. All right. Be still. I think this is a comment. I was in Jamaica last summer with my family. I had a great time, but couldn't wrap my head around the mindset of the people. They will say they are coming in 15 minutes and showed up 3 hours later. That's Jamaica.
Not me.
All right. Well,
I might be 2 minutes or 3 minutes late. But
I think that they B Stella just might be speaking generically about just
yes.
Jamaica, maybe
And,
not
and that's
necessarily.
what I was talking about Jamaican yesterday. Jamaicans are too laid back, and we have to learn that time is very valuable. So you have to be there on time. So if you're running late, give me a phone call. Just don't show up late
Mhm.
and say nothing. It's not business.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's see. Another comment. Byron says, I understand, Throp. I have a tenant that owed me for 8 months, did all the paperwork at the court, paid a lawyer to attend court on my behalf, and the lawyer scammed me instead.
All right, Damien. That's
No,
that.
this is Simon. This is Byron. This is somebody else.
Byron.
Yeah, yeah.
In Jamaica?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
It seems
Byron.
so.
Well,
Yeah.
you got screwed because you should never wait 8 months to evict a tenant. The first month, you have to make that paper. It's a 3 days notice. So you go to the court, put that in right away. The first month, you can't wait 3 months. And you're all the way at 8 months. And you don't need a lawyer to do that. You can go right to the court, and you have to learn about lawyer. Now you need to bring a good lawyer on the
Oh,
show.
we have. I have. I have.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Yeah, so you got to
Miss Gray,
recommend
yeah.
a good lawyer. Not every lawyer is good in Jamaica. I'm going through the same situation. I bought a house, didn't finish pay for it in Orange Bay, and I have two lawyers, my lawyer and the seller lawyers. I still didn't get my money, and they sell the house behind my back.
Wow.
Yes. So I'm still waiting to get that money, and now we got it. It's gonna play it out in court, but I have a good lawyer. Thank God.
Yes. Yes. Good. Mystical says he has so much wisdom. Gems, thank you for this amazing conversation. African King says scamming is a big problem in Jamaica for real. I got scammed over $1 million Jamaican dollars when I was building my house in Mandeville, Manchester.
Wow.
So I'll let you comment on that. So I've brought this up before. My father's friend, this is like when I first moved here, she was building her house, and you know Beverly Hills?
Yes.
Yeah, she was building her house up there, and she was doing like the typical, I would say, old school Jamaican way, and I hope people aren't doing this anymore, where she was living abroad, sending money down to like
That's
her
not
cousin
good.
or something. Like I think it was her cousin, and then she was just like, Winthrop, this is taking forever for me to build. What's going on here? I was like, could you take a look at it? And I just, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything crazy. All I did was just like take the bills and just put it in a spreadsheet. And I was like, there's $1 million unaccounted for here. And I was like, and I went over and over. I was like, there's $1 million that's missing here. And I didn't know the contract. I didn't know the cousin. I was just like looking into it. And then she fired him, and then she had me take over the project. Not like I wasn't managing the project, I was just managing the books,
The money.
the
Yes.
distribution, and like it's a thing that you need down here. It's
Yes.
just like
Definitely.
distribution of the money, and she lost, and that $1 million back then was like a lot of money.
$1 billion.
Yeah. It was a lot of money back
Yes.
then.
So
And
in Jamaica, we have that problems. Most of our family, and I thank God my dad is deceased, but I'm happy that when I was building, he was alive, and he and my mom kind of helped me out to take care of everything. So my money was well spent. So, but I'm telling you, this is what I'm trying to preach to everybody in Jamaica. You have to find somebody who you can actually depend on in Jamaica, because your whole own family will scam you. Cousins,
so
whoever.
how do you find these people?
I'm here.
There we go.
You're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can recommend somebody to me, and then I'm gonna tell you straight up, I can do it or I can't do it.
Mhm.
Straight up.
Yeah.
So there's a group of people that I'm actually working with at the moment that I can rely on. And until they change, because you know how people are, people never last forever, but they're so far honest. And of course, I manage most of the money in my business, and I manage the money who I paid out to the guys. So if I hire an electrician to do something, it's progress payment.
Gotcha.
You don't get paid until I go out there, I buy the air condition, I install it, you install it, I pay you after it's done and working.
Hmm.
The same thing with the plumbing guy. You go out there, I hire a plumber, I buy the stuff that you need for the plumbing place or for the apartment. When you finish, it's working, I pay you. AIA contract. You
Yeah.
can't go wrong.
Yeah. I like
So
it.
that's the best way to go.
Chris Charles says no legal methods will stop dishonesty. Some folks don't work for a future.
And that's the truth.
Yep.
So you got to stay away from those people. The minute you identify them, you got to erase them. And that's it.
Copeland Russell says the same thing happened right here in America. I think he's referring to getting
Yes.
scammed.
And
in
it
the
happened
industry.
everywhere.
Yes. RB says, thank you, Mark, for doing this interview with Mr. Throp. Wealth of information. Since I was a little youth, I had a desire to return to my parents' home to live and work. Mark, you are doing it, living the dream, I believe. Yeah, living the dream. Yes.
Thank you, and thanks, Mr. Trop.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Couldn't do it without him.
Chris Charles says, I was a contractor. If I was going to be even 5 minutes late, if I was a contractor, if I was even going to be 5 minutes late, I will call and give the client an option to reschedule with an apology.
I really appreciate that.
Let's see. Jen Neeby says, I think that problem exists everywhere if you don't do your homework.
Exactly so.
Yeah. I just said there are a lot of people are co-signing that. It's the same story worldwide. Miss Perfectly Imperfect says, good night. I was just having this conversation and don't have the heart to tell this family member that another family member is stealing their money. House has been under construction for too long.
Yes.
It's a common theme you hear
In
all
Jamaica.
the time.
Yes.
Very, very common theme.
And it's worse. The worst thing about life is when you have family that treat you like crap. So what do they expect stranger to treat you like? Like
Mhm.
it's really a hard thing. Like when your own family bite you, then what do you expect strangers to do? Like to cut your head off.
Man, some strangers can be more like family than your actual
Exactly
family can
so.
be.
And that's what that's this, and that is so like across the board. Like
Yes.
the people who I respect and be around, it's some of them is better to me than family.
Yeah.
And so I can illustrate on that really. Like family is not your family. Family is the people who around you, who support you, who take care of you, who see that you're making it. And when you fall, they're gonna pick you up.
Right.
That's family.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. That's
Well
the
said,
value
well
of
said.
family.
Virtual Design Studio, Havrika. She says she's talking about finding good people. She says you find them through networking, talking to people, asking for advice from persons that have done it before, and being discerning.
Yeah.
All right. Got a question here from Andrew Blake. Is there a Jamaican price and a foreign price for your work, or is it the same, one and the same? He's asking if there's a Jamaican price and a foreign price that you charge.
No, well, everything changed when you come to Jamaica. So you have to go a little bit cheaper than American price. Because take for instance, if you're doing a bathroom in America, you get maybe like if you're gonna find just labor, it might cost you like $5,000. In Jamaica, you can't put the equivalent of. so it's a little bit cheaper in Jamaica
Oh, I
than.
think I think that yes, absolutely. But I think what Andrew is saying is like if say an American comes to you to get a job done, do you charge them a different price than say
No,
somebody
no,
who
no, no, no,
okay.
no. So I'm American, so I charge.
Everybody the same
No,
price.
yes, I don't do that.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I'm not a cheater.
Okay.
The same price for Jamaican is the same price for American.
Okay, good,
Yes.
good, good. Jala says it's not guaranteed that blood family will do right by you. Yes,
Yeah.
it
That's
comes.
that's the truth.
It really comes down to the human in the position. Are they transparent, responsible, trustworthy, and dependable?
That's true.
Coco and Coco asks, "What's the carpentry hourly wage? We need some roof repairs for dry rotting wood."
It all depends on the wood he's gonna use,
Mhm.
we can't give an hourly rate.
Right,
Because we don't. I'm a contractor. I don't work by the hour.
it's project based.
Yes, so it's project based. And then if we want to sub it out, then that would be hourly. And we don't really work like that in Jamaica.
All right, so I'm putting Marcus' number there again, Coco and Coco. If you want to shoot him a text, shoot him a WhatsApp, or give him a call. For those listening again, his WhatsApp number is 1-876-283-1551. Again, 283-1551. Hit him up, ask your questions. Hopefully you can work with him in the future, and we will be getting his Instagram up and his website up
Yes,
eventually.
most definitely.
Drop Media Project. Okay, and of course, if you are enjoying this and getting some value out of this, please hit that like button. And if you have anybody that you know that could benefit from this conversation that we're having, please feel free to share this conversation with them, and they can come in and hop on the live as well. Be more than happy to answer any questions that they have. Okay, Damien says regarding building houses,
Mhm.
the Incorporated Master Builders Association produces and sells two standard forms of contracts for construction of buildings that address most problems between owners and contractors.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, I'll repeat it. It says, regarding building houses, the Incorporated Master Builders Association produces and sells two standard forms of contracts for construction of buildings that address most problems between owners and contractors. So I guess there is some standardized contract that's out there that you
Yes,
can pay for
yes.
that will protect you against
Yes,
some of
and they
these
always
things.
also have a guideline that they give you a rate sheet and all of that stuff.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. So I guess that kind of works on both sides, that
Yes.
you as the consumer client can look at these official documents
Yes.
to know what the standards are,
Yes.
and then you can demand and uphold the expectations of the
Yes.
project based
Yes.
on these standards.
Yes.
Coco and Coco says, we'll be in touch. They're from Ironshore.
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Damien says, the standard form of a contract is full document for building costing over $10 million, and there is a shorter, simple form for contractors that are under $10 million. Okay, so he's just explaining the two different types of contracts that they offer.
Here in Jamaica?
Yeah, the temp. I want to say, I guess they're templated contracts that you can get from the Masters Building Associations, and he's just saying they're explaining the
Because
two
what they
different
do
types.
is a percentage of whatever the contract, whatever the billing is going to cost. That's how they do it. So it's kind of erratic, but
Okay.
I guess it's Jamaican standard.
That we already answered that question. Andrew Blake says, "Do you have any pictures of Mark's work?" Not right now.
I sent you some yesterday. I sent the producer some yesterday.
Oh, I didn't get them.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me wait. Maybe. Oh no, I'm sorry. I would have loved to. Nope.
Oh, she didn't send them over.
No, she didn't send them over.
Yeah.
I would have put them up. Sorry about that.
I can send you some.
Yeah, we can get them up. I'll post them in the community page, and you can have them to take a look at. All right, we're trying. Okay, Havrika's gonna send now. Yeah, if you could send it in Slack, Havrika, that'd probably be the fastest way. Or WhatsApp, actually, Slack or WhatsApp, either one, and I can get it up here. Good question. Kick Rock says, I hate to ask, but did your own lawyer rip you off regarding the home purchase you mentioned, or was it the vendor's lawyer that ripped you off?
No, the vendor's lawyer.
The vendor's
Not
lawyer.
my own lawyer.
Oh,
No,
okay,
no.
okay, okay.
Vendor's lawyer.
Good to know. Good to know. All right, cool. Yeah, and if you anybody, I think we're gonna start wrapping up here. I'm gonna try to wait for those pictures, but even if we wrap up after, I
Yeah.
will put the pictures up. So, all right, quickly, I forgot I should have brought this article up. We kind of already talked about. We already talked about this. There's this article that came out late last year talking about the name of the article is "Construction Cramped. Developers and contractors complain of skilled labor shortage."
It is
Yeah.
in the grill. Yes.
It says, I'll just read the first paragraph here. It says, Minister of Investment, Industry, and Commerce, Senator Auburn Hill, is considering designing a skills exchange program to supply Guyana's labor market, which is suffering a deficit of over 1 million workers with a short-term technically skilled personnel. He outlined a plan for following the trade visit to Guyana last month. Hold on, let me get to the conclusion here so we can read it. Hold on. They were talking about base rates. The base rates is going 3,500 workers, $3,500. Talking about the HEART program. Trying to get to the conclusion. All right. Anyway, I won't read the whole article, but
Just elaborate on some of the stuff that.
I was gonna say, I guess we kind of talked about this before, but as far as like in terms of, I'll ask this in two ways, right? So the first question, and this will lead up to the main question. The first question is, and you've been here for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen in your business and in your experience, or what kind of uptick have you seen in demand for your skill and for your company as it relates to general contracting and construction?
You're talking about workers.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to build a picture, like more so in terms of just general construction work. I'm trying to get an idea of, is the demand for your work and for your skills, is it increasing, remaining the
No,
same?
it's increasing a lot,
Okay.
but we don't have the right workers.
Mhm. That was my
So,
next.
so if there's a training program, I'm willing to be a part of that training program.
In terms of you would go, or you send
No,
people?
I would go.
Okay, you would go.
I mean, I'll make it possible at least once a week so
Mhm.
I could train people.
I see. You would
have
train.
them to
I
be
got
a part
it.
of my
I
corporation.
see.
So I could grow, you know.
This. Just saw a funny comment. Not funny, but it says there's Tisha Innes. She says that's my cousin Mark Innes.
Hi, Tisha.
All right. Yeah, we kind of answered that already. Kind of going into the labor shortage. I don't want to belabor the point.
Okay.
Gizzy J says, Throt, maybe you should do a day in the life of Mark's work to really show people his job and educate people on what it's like to be a kanika. What's a kanika?
A carpenter.
Is that what it is? Oh, I had no
Yes,
idea. The first time I've ever heard that term.
Kanika.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. First time I've ever heard that term. Would you be open to that?
Yeah.
Okay. We can do that.
Anything to enhance Jamaica young folks today.
Okay.
We're open to that. Yeah.
And
Of course, you're gonna be a part of it. So I'm fine.
Yeah, definitely. I guess we can kind of wrap up there. The last question that I would say, and then we'll do your contact information again, is that are you seeing anything right now to help increase the pipeline of, I would say, particularly young people coming into your trade, like whether it's from the government or whether it's, you spoke about a school that doesn't necessarily exist right now, but what are you seeing to address the labor shortage?
I mean, the labor shortage today is because of people are coming out of school. People are coming out of school with all kind of degrees. I mean, I have a young man right now. His name is Graham. He's going to a school in Montego Bay. It's really like a trade school, and there's nobody to help him to fund the program for him to go to school. So when he get out of school, he's gonna owe money because he got to take out a loan, and then you're not getting a good paying job.
Yeah.
So that's the biggie right now. You got to make sure that these guys are coming out of school. If they don't get a good job, then they're gonna go to something else.
All right.
Of course, scamming. I can say,
Right.
because they make more money and they need a nice car to drive. They need money in their pocket and they're not getting paid. So that's the problem. The underpaid situation, it's the biggest problem in Jamaica. So if we step up our game, try to teach these young men and young ladies
Hmm.
a better pay raise so they can want to go out there and do something. And then if they can form their own corporation,
Yeah.
they don't have to work for me. They don't have to work for you. They can start something for themselves. But where they going to start?
I think that's good advice. Great advice. Last question, couple questions from the community here. Sorry, man, I just saw a good question. Oh yeah, Exela says I joined late, so apologies. If this question were already asked, this is a general question, but what region of Jamaica is ideal for expats to build? What region in Jamaica is ideal for expats to build?
Negril.
There you go. Why do you think Negril is the ideal
I
place?
love Negril.
Okay.
I wasn't born in Negril. Negril is a phenomenal area of Jamaica that need a lot of me and you
Mhm.
to make it the place it should be. And that's what it is.
So you
It's
think
it's a great place. It just need more people that want to be a part of Negril. We're talking about people who are going to make Negril like Montego Bay, like Kingston. We don't want to have this ghetto mentality in Negril. We want to have Negril like Negril used to be,
Mhm.
where we have everything in Negril.
right?
That's the Negril I'm looking for today. And I'm a part of Negril. Orange Bay is a part of Negril.
Right, for sure.
So I'm right
Sure is.
here.
Yeah, sure is.
The most beautiful beach in the world. And it's right here at Travelers.
Show everybody that beautiful beach right now.
Right now, right there.
All right. Last few questions here. We'll start wrapping up. Chanel Brown says, "Are you hiring? And if so, what is the hiring process? I know a very skilled masonry worker who is looking for a steady income that hopes to expand his own business."
Carpentry. We're looking for carpenters.
Well, okay. Would you take a masonry to train them, masoner to
To
train
be a
them?
carpenter,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mm.
Their mindset. A mason is a mason. I mean, I have odd jobs for masons right now, but to hire a mason, I'm doing general carpentry.
Gotcha.
So I don't really take the mason part of the job. And we're doing this hotel in Green Island right now. And the most part of it is carpentry for me.
Okay.
So I do not interfere with the masons. They already have their mason. Unless I'm getting a tiler or a carpenter, I'm fine with it. But masons only have odd jobs.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. I think we're gonna wrap it up right there, Mark.
right.
I appreciate your time. I'm gonna say get your number there one more time. So again, this is Mark Innes of Innes Development, and he is a contractor, general contractor, and carpenter. And what is it called for short?
Innis development.
No. The carpentry term that I just learned.
Oh, you have to go back.
Kanika.
Anika.
Okay.
Yeah, but I really appreciate you having me.
You got it, man. So his number is 876-283-1551. Hit him up with any questions that you have about contract, carpentry, and the contract work that he's done. I learned so much here. I can tell you from the comments that we have here, everybody really appreciated your time coming out on Sunday, coming out on Easter Sunday of
Easter
all
Sunday,
Sundays. I
right?
really, really appreciate it. So Thank you very much,
Appreciate
Mark.
you having me,
You
man.
got it.
It's
You
a
got it.
pleasure.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right.
We meet soon. All
Yeah,
right.
soon.
All
for
right.
sure.
Take care.
All right. Take care, Mark.
All right.
All right. That was Mark Innes. Thank you for joining. That was cool. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was really good. Exactly what we wanted to get out there. I hope you all learned something. I know I did. I learned so much. Like I said, he's a really good guy, and he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. And when we get the pictures, I'll be sure to put them up if I don't get them. Hold on, let me check. Oh, I just got them on WhatsApp. Here we go. So I'm sorry he just left. I would have loved to have him talk about it. Yeah, I thought that was great. Like I said, there's a very small circle of people that I would say that I would bring on like that. Let me get you guys not that view, but that view. There's a very small circle of people that I would bring on to in terms of like recommendations, and Mark is one of those people. And I thought, like I said, he does a great job, and a lot of things the one thing that I took more serious than anything else and I really appreciated again is his communication. And as I mentioned, he had a family emergency on like it was like 4 days, 3 or 4 days before delivery of the time that we had recommended or we agreed to. And he just told me what happened, and I was just like, of course, take your time. And then even as he was continuing to go through this personal situation, he he continuously communicated with me, and I really appreciated that. And that's what really solidified me bringing him on this on the show today more than anything else. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So again, feel free to reach out to him. As you heard and you probably can see, he is very open to communicating with you all and answering your questions. So just hit him up. He's a good person, like I said, that I can recommend to do some carpentry work that you need. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the pictures up here. I think I got them. 1 second here. This is probably a good opportunity to take a little break, but I think we're just going to keep going. All right, got it. Yeah, but I'd love to get more people on like this. We are going to have more people on like this. Mark is the second contractor that we've had come on, and we have more people like that in the pipeline, not only for the live stream, but also for the actual podcast as well. This is a pretty cool video. I hope I can get this up. Okay, I got it. Wish you should explain this. That would have been. I'm just gonna do my best. So these are some pictures. Let's make sure these are the right pictures. Okay. Yeah, sorry it's in this format. Didn't have a chance to lay them out properly. Yep, not sure what I'm looking at, but these are the pictures that he sent me. So I'm assuming he does like, so this is chairs, looks like it's in Jamaica. I would assume looks like some Chester drawer, nightstand, spraying. Yeah, I'm not sure if he did those countertops, the granite countertops. I'm unsure. Just doing a kitchen. He also has this video. Hold on 1 second.
Progress for today. Yeah. In this development again.
Yeah, I don't know what we're looking at here.
So right now we're framing out all the
Oh, there you go.
bathrooms first. As a bathroom come and they just push them in. Alright, so trying to sheetrock all the bathrooms first. So we even start insulating already. Yeah, we're moving right along. Every day is a new project. So we're doing all the bathrooms first. One or you fit done. If you have one worker.
That looks like the Princess Hotel, but I'm not sure, so I'm not gonna say. If I will ask Mark if that is it. Rika, I don't know if you can call Mark and ask him if that is the Princess Hotel, the video that he sent. I missed I didn't hear what he was saying in the beginning, so he might have mentioned it in the video. So I don't know, but that's some pictures on a video that was there, and if Rika gets back to me before we close out on that information, I will let you all know. Let's wrap up in some Green Island Hotel. Gareth says, yeah. Damien says, those are the frames that drywall is installed against before plaster work. Thank you for that, Damien. Been very informative and helpful today in the chat. Thank you. Appreciate you. Avrika says, in the pictures, he did all the carpentry work, cabinets and chairs, and the facade he framed out for the one that looks like it's overseas. And yes, that's the Princess Hotel. Okay, yeah, that's the Princess Hotel, confirmed in the video that we just watched. B. Isaiah says, peace, love that view of the beach. Can't wait a few weeks out. Awesome, man. Looking forward to meeting you, B. Isaiah. All right, I think we're gonna wrap up there. That was a good conversation with Mark. And like I said, please hit him up. I'll put his contact info in the description, so you can shoot him a text, WhatsApp. We're going to work on his Instagram and his website. It's very, very important for somebody of his skill set to just have this, even just a one-page splash page contact information, and throw in a couple of pictures of what he does. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend and your Easter Sunday. This was another great live stream. We've been blessed with a very, very beautiful day here, as you can see. Lots of people just hanging out on the beach, and there's even more people to the left of those people just enjoying their Easter Sunday and enjoying the light breeze that we have here today. That being said, Hurricane Gilbert says, can't wait for another final live on Thursday. No, unfortunately, Hurricane Gilbert, that we did the last live stream this past Thursday. So no more live streams, but we do have other content that is coming out on the channel membership page. So fortunately, that's it. We gotta refocus and concentrate on some other projects that we're working on. But it'll be worth the sacrifice. So we'll probably bring the live stream back on Thursday. Over the summer, I would love to get a third live stream in, because I do love doing these things. I find this very, it's one of the easier pieces of content to make, I'd say. And and on top of that, and probably this is the number one reason, this is the opportunity that I have to interact with you all directly and get your direct feedback. And then as you saw today and experienced today, lots of ways to get your questions directly either to me or to the guest that I have on. And I think that is super, super special. I'm just checking Jamaica with Irina's page to see if her video has been uploaded, and it's not, but still, everybody have your notifications on. Her video is coming soon, and I can't wait. I hope you guys are just excited as I am. So just if you haven't already, go to Jamaica with Iris page and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know exactly when my interview with her is coming out. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I'm looking out for it. I'm really, really excited for it. But yeah, sorry, we're gonna be taking away those live streams on Thursday for now. We'll be back in a few months, and hopefully, we're gonna do. We'll have a third live stream coming in as well. If I can get the we're looking to get another talent in, so that would be the third live stream. The third, so we're trying to build that out, and hopefully we'll be in a position to do that over the summer. But in the meantime, we are gonna definitely be closing out here today. I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing week. This was so much fun speaking with Mark today. We have another live stream, not live stream. We have a podcast coming out on Saturday at noon, and we sat down with a top performer of a financial investment firm. He's a financial advisor, top financial advisor for at Guardian Life Investments, and I think I'm saying it wrong, but that's coming out on Saturday, and just an amazing conversation, not only about his career and kind of what it took for him to get to the stage that he's at, really genuine person, but also how he's like just such an like to me was just like an inspiration being the young man that he is. And then on top of that, we just talked about the importance of having health insurance, and he told some really personal stories, both bad and good, in terms of having and not having insurance. So very, very interesting conversation that I'm excited to share with you all, and that's going to be coming out on Saturday. I'll make sure I put it in the community post so everybody is aware of it. And uh, we will talk during the week. And if you haven't seen the interview that I did with Irina Bruce, Jamaica with Irie, you can go check that out. It's live on my channel right now. And I will keep everybody up to date with the interview that Irina did with me. In the meantime, you guys enjoy this view. Wishing you a very awesome week ahead. And I will see you on Saturday for the premiere, and see you next Sunday, same time, same place. Have an awesome week. Peace, everyone. That was meant to go to the beach. Peace.